Okay, sorry for the cut there. Shut up for a second, give me people around. Geralt, give me a second. First of all, I have to apologize for the last episode. It should have been a little bit longer, but something came out and I had to cut it in some place where we're still able to get a grasp of what's going on. My name is Gabriel, as always. I welcome you in Dragon Age. What Dragon Age? In Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings Enhanced Edition Let's Play. And I want to prove that Prince Stannis is the one guilty of poisoning Saskia, which means we will have a decent justification to kill the guy. Let's speak with you. With the bloody Rolf, the guy who leads, at least he seems that he's leading the peasants.
Say,
why is he
Witcher,
lingering about? Like the stench in a dwarven hovel?
Those witchers be craving gold. This one's sure to say the prince is innocent, then sting Stannis for a pouch.
Ooh.
He better search for a lad who served the Virgin instead of pissing around.
Yeah, once done with the prince, he'd better take care of the magnets, throwing their weight about too much they are.
Oh, typical. It's always like this, right? Oh, sorry. I knew that will happen. That was an information that I probably have an email. Forget that. Back to the LP. What is this really all about?
What's it really all about? Who's backing you?
We want justice.
Ooh.
We don't need no one backing us. We knows what to do.
How would you punish the prince?
If a lad counts hens wrong, he'll be flogged. What should we then do with a man poisoning others?
Kill him.
A land without a ruler is a nightmare.
We have a ruler, the Virgin of Eden.
It's not certain she'll live.
Then we'll choose another who'll manage, but he must be one of us lads. That way he'll understand us.
And all people
Yeah.
is gonna be equal, our way.
And the
yeah.
non-humans?
We have enough down on the fields. Let non-humans find a non-human land.
Yeah, and
Down
here we
with
have
them.
it. Here we have it. The great big ideal falls down with politics, with racial inequality, and with self-interest. Did the prince have the access to the wine cellar? Yeah, that's
The prince
interesting.
stood right next to Saskia during the council. Did he have access to the wine cellar beforehand?
How should I know?
Oh, we are
Why
very
flap your
helpful.
mouth then?
The prince is a wealthy lord. Bribing a skivvy to poison the wine is nothing to him.
Just
That's
because
also
someone
true.
can afford gold teeth doesn't mean they'll pull their healthy ones.
Yeah, where is the servant? I want to
You know
find him.
Saskia's servant?
Willie of the Oblates. He handled the wine, indeed, but loves the Virgin like a sister and mother put together.
He'd
Ooh.
gladly get quartered for her.
Where's
Where
this
is he?
Willie of yours?
Hiding in his shack, afraid of them lords. Squirrels guard him.
Then we have to find him.
Farewell.
Give
Actually,
us
not
this
to read
whole
that
power.
well, but
Rolling.
where is that
It's
guy?
good to see someone's taking care of it.
Yeah, seems there is. Here we have something. You the guy,
I've been
Think
looking
so.
for you.
I don't know you.
but I know
Caused
you.
quite a commotion. Afraid of something?
No, nothing.
You're lying.
I
Yes,
didn't
he
do
is.
nothing. Didn't say nothing, don't know nothing, and didn't see nothing.
That's not a very good line of defense. Yeah, and do you know anything about the attempt of the assassination with the Axie sign?
Tell me everything you know about the attempt on Saskia's life.
And here we go. Succeeded or
I
yes?
heard the priest talking with the prince. This goody-goody, said the Virgin, is really a beast under her fair skin.
What priest?
Alcan, the one killed.
So there's no way I can check if you're lying.
I swear on my mother's grave I speak the truth.
What else did you hear? Tell me.
I was putting Saskia's room in order when the priest came to the prince's chamber next door. They wasn't speaking loud, but I heard the priest say, just clear the servants from the kitchen. Nothing more. Reverend Olkan, only he could tell you how it was, beginning to end.
Very convenient that he's dead.
What about what they leave behind? There may be clues or some such.
Maybe.
Okay.
What should I do? The priest say?
Find the
Squirrels,
priest's
witches,
house.
an
Ask
army
Cecil
led by a
Burden for
woman.
help. Yes.
Gods, who needs
That
this?
there is something
He
in
says
here.
someone cast a spell.
Cecil. Cecil was... Where is Cecil? Yeah, he's the way... Where's... No,
Hello,
wait.
Witcher.
Oh, hi. It's nice to see you too.
Sorcerers are a plague of the worst kind.
Just pray we
Back
survive this.
here. Let's see. Where is that?
Power.
Who will the
Priest.
Witcher
As I see it,
sign?
every
It's
priestly
good to
blade.
see
Go get the
someone's
lads,
taking
we
care
won't
of
stand
that.
for
Guilt
this.
must be proven. Otherwise, it's vigilante justice.
He has good
I'll cut the
Damn it.
block off the next man who dares try his luck. Say,
Give us
Witcher,
his
come over here.
hornflower.
No, I don't want to
Say,
speak with this
Witcher,
guy.
come over
I
here.
tried last time and he's just a
Change your
diversion.
tone when we put a sickle to your throat.
Burden, you.
Hurry up,
Save your
Witcher.
threats for your
What?
hog-smelling woman.
It's not him.
Say, Witcher, come over here.
It's good to see someone.
No, I won't speak with
Who
that
will the
lad because
Witcher
he
side
is.
with?
He's just a time-taking.
They say she is dead.
Yeah, he
stupid.
takes time.
She just fell unconscious.
You. Where's the... Yeah. Let's go to the leader of the dwarves. Because he should be able to answer my questions. Cecil. Cecil! Hooray! There's a dwarf!
They lie in wait for their lord and prince. Humans are an odd lot. I certainly hope Scalen can clean up this mess. What can I do for you, Witcher?
Yeah. Where did the review... Oh, not to mention this one. No, Reverend Olkan.
I need to know where Reverend Olkan used to live.
Simple. Let me show you on the map. It's about right here.
Good.
Don't forget about the monsters in the pit.
Don't you worry. We have more pressing matters at the moment. But the monsters will have their turn. Now where is that guy's home? You might find something there. Show me exactly on the map. What? Is this here? Okay, let's follow the arrow then. I don't quite understand why this is showing. Oh, okay.
a bear
Now it shows me different place. Here, which means we have to go back.
Let one stray
Right.
and before you know it, the neighborhood's full of
And by the way, if you'd like me to change Geralt's
How are
hairstyle,
you?
just say it in the comments. It seems it's here.
Strange aura.
Whoa. Let's see. Orkan's notes. Wait for events to unfold when it comes to the walls have ears. Why? What this gives? This shows a chalice, I think. Come on, Geralt. Be a detective this
Nothing
time.
interesting.
Good to know. Seems we already have what we came here for. Then we leave. Let's see this. Walls have ears. Trying to poison Saskia the Dragon Slayer. One trail led him to a serf who has these next to his chambers and could assassin. Servant from Saskia's quarter to get Frist Olkan, our detective with the wolf medallion around his neck, finally learned where Ronald has lived. In Olkan's room, Geralt found a set of designs for a goblet, identical to the one Saskia had used during the council. The design clearly indicated Orkan as an accessory to Saskia's poisoning. Yet they did not solve the mystery of the hole. Geralt investigated was still open. Okay, oh wait. Royal blood. Get more information, find the priest house. And I don't have much time, okay. Now we have to go back, we have to find the person who created the chalice. I think. Let's see.
Leave me alone!
This guy's not helping anymore.
I'd rather rabid dogs bite me in the arse than be pointed at by some rake.
You guys.
What do you think? He ran from the battlefield, fast as his legs would
Then
carry
we
him.
have to go back here. Castle of Two
If not for that
Fathers.
damned Yorvith, the serfs would probably be hanging the
Let's
prince.
see.
The prince has a coming, methinks. Cannot be trusted.
Good
Yorvith?
greetings, Gwynblade.
Yeah.
Anything changed?
Not really. The peasants keep hollering. The noblemen stubbornly guard their chieftain.
Which means
But
nothing.
if it wasn't for him, we could not defend the...
Can we have a word?
Oh.
Why not? I'm Ogden, a founder. I cast mugs, plates, chalices. You need any, Witcher?
Not
No
exactly.
thanks. The tableware in the council chamber is your handiwork?
It is. Made it back in Mayor Farragut's time. Since then, each and every goblet has hit the floor dozens of times, and what happened? Nothing. Because they're steel.
Good.
My goblets are indestructible, impervious to both the fury of sovereigns and servants who are all thumbs.
Saskia's chalice was
Seems
new.
he's nice guy.
Aye, it was. Back in Mayor Farragut's day, a venture Saskia was no more than an itch in her da's breeches.
Who commissioned the goblet, though?
Who ordered the goblet from you?
That goblet was a gift. A way for the folk of Vergen to pay tribute to Saskia. I got the honor of casting and presenting it to our lovely leader. The lass liked it so much, she's not used any other vessel since she received it.
Which means the assassin knew that she will drink from that cup. Anything unusual about the goblet?
Was the order
then?
for a normal goblet?
Not a chance. It was supposed to be a gift. I ornamented it richly, even on the inside.
Which
Not
means...
terribly practical, that, as it's hard to get clean. Some scum is bound to remain. But I wanted it looking downright regal, worthy of our Saskia.
Yeah.
The other chalices were not ornamented on the inside?
Course not.
And that gives us this final answer. Any chance that two identical goblets were produced? And you probably understand that whatever the poison was, it was inside the ornamentation from the inside of the goblet.
Any chance there could have been two identical goblets?
Nope.
Why, there's no craftsman that comes close to me in Vergen.
Could someone have tried to copy your handiwork?
Not
I
possible.
know of one
don't
who's
think
been
so.
trying for years, but he's a fumbler, a screw-up. He's not produced one decent vessel. They all look like the work of a drunken elf. Thorax, his name.
Okay.
See you at the inn.
But here we have
Enough
the
of
finale.
this charade!
Try to be reasonable, folks. Sit down and talk in peace.
I doubt that that's
We've
possible.
talked enough! Come on, lads, let's drag the prince from his hovel!
Vergen's not a cesspit for anyone to shit in. There are laws to abide, and Scalen Burden's job is to uphold them.
There's no law allowing a serf to threaten a king's scion. I, Silgrat, brother of Seltkirk, the greatest knight to walk Edirnian land, say so.
Does it matter who was born in a castle and who in a pigsty? Any fool can prejudge and condemn. It's easier to accuse than to prove guilt.
Yeah,
A peasant
that's true.
servant claims that Prince Stennis supposedly attempted to kill Saskia. Why would the
I have a
prince
grudge
do
with this
such
guy,
a
as you
dastardly
know.
deed? Bear in mind how eminent is his lineage.
That's why! The mongrel covets the crown!
Do you even remember how valorous he was towards Saskia during the negotiations with Henselt?
Pretending to be with her, he was, sly fox. Taking the simple peasants in. But us lads ain't so dumb as you lords think.
See
Are
for
you?
yourselves how the commoners hate the prince, spitting venom like adders. They hatched a plot to dispose of him.
Saskia's
don't think so.
said that...
Where is this servant, might I ask? If he's got something to say, why does he hide like a thief? The answer is simple. He's a fraud.
He's hiding to save his skin from you, whoresons. Squirrels have to guard him.
One last question. How could the prince poison Saskia? It's a known fact that servants taste wine from the barrels before the Virgin sips it.
No need to poison the wine. Smearing the poison inside the chalice would be enough.
I never heard of anyone poisoning a chalice.
You haven't heard much then. One of the Emperor's forebears died after sampling some lamb. He was always scared of poison and ate supper with his cook. The murderer spread poison on one side of a knife. Then he cut the meat so that only a small piece was poisoned.
The Witcher's right. Give us Stennis.
Saskia's got her own chalice.
It was commissioned from one of the dwarves. The order came with a very detailed drawing.
Even so, how did it come into Saskia's hand?
Good question, or I'm not convinced. Well, I am convinced.
A good point. We can't be sure if the prince poisoned the wine.
Stennis is blowing hot and cold. Everyone knows that.
You were supposed to prove his guilt, not insult him, yokel.
Tell us who else would do it. A peasant wanted to hurt the miss? Never. It's cause of her you noble dogs can't ignore us. A pig won't cut its own throat. A peasant's not foolish enough to raise his hand against his savior.
Perhaps it is no peasant's deed. However, that doesn't mean the prince is guilty, fool.
We'll see about that.
Answer me this. Was not Stennis' room next to Saskia's? Do not the wines come from his own lice-ridden cellar? Can he not enter the Virgin's kitchen at will? Yes. His serene dumbhead, the prince can, curses on his kin. Nobody in Vergen wants to kill Saskia. And even if they wanted, nobody but Stennis could do it.
You're wrong, Colton. Reverend Olkin wanted to get rid of Saskia. He thought she was a monster at heart.
Olkin was on Stennis' leash like a dog.
Yeah.
How dare you, lout?
The guy who was killed by
Do you
Hansel,
imagine if someone
the
sits
beginning
next to a
of his
married
arc.
lady, he's surely fucking her?
The priest tried to convince Prince Stennis to join the conspiracy.
Is Stennis some dimwit foundling that he dances to a lousy priest's tune? Olkan got what he deserved when Hensel cleaved his head. Now it's Stennis' time.
There is no proof the prince agreed.
Actually,
The priest asked him for admittance to the kitchen.
So he didn't poison the Virgin himself, but allowed her to be poisoned.
and that's more possible. And that makes sense.
It appears Stennis would benefit the most from Saskia's death.
And here comes the prince himself.
Your Highness, this is dangerous.
I am not afraid. Fear is a commoner's trait, unfit for one with royal blood running in his veins. What do you want, to judge me? Is a prince a common thief who steals a dozen eggs at the market? You stand before royal majesty, and you raise your hands against it. In this world there are crimes that can be forgiven, and crimes that, by any means, cannot. Just as a mother killing her own child, or a man slitting his own brother's throat cannot be forgiven.
But you
A crime
killed.
against one anointed by the gods themselves also cannot be condoned. He who raises hand against divine right is not worthy to walk this
I was
world.
never a
And what about
supporter
he who
of
poisons
divine,
the Virgin of
divine
Eden?
art, divine
Firstly, Saskia
power.
is
you know?
alive, so no one can blame me for her death. Secondly, you have no proof that it was I who tried to murder her. And thirdly, I assure all gathered here, I won't rise above the law. However, only she, the Virgin of Eden, can judge me. Can it? And if Saskia won't get well, who's gonna judge you? I believe she can be cured. But if the gods decide otherwise, we'll summon a coven of the wise who can pass just sentence.
Those are words worthy of a true sovereign.
Are they?
I am the one you should look to for guidance. Let my deeds be the flame that lights up your darkness.
The prince is guilty, or a lynching would be a bad idea. And I did this one during my second playthrough, so... And later on, yeah, it seems he's guilty.
You didn't say a word about your guilt or innocence. You demand justice. You want to summon a coven of the wise. But who will sit on that coven? Any peasants? No, only people you'll nominate yourself.
Of course.
Lords whom you'll reward with lands for reaching the right decision. Such men are to decide if you're guilty? No, you are guilty, Prince. You know you are.
And that means we have a lynch. Now this is brutal. Ooh. And we have the royal blood, of course.
The nobles won't forgive them that.
They're a cowardly lot. Yelping's all they're good at.
Everyone here is
And
yelping.
backstabbing.
By Stennis's example. His filthy life wasn't taken in vain. Eilhart will get royal blood, and Saskia will be cured.
We need to
That's why
hurry.
we're
We
here.
can't keep peace in Vergen with strength alone.
Anything's possible using strength. One just has to know how to use it.
That's your credo?
No, we need
Saskia's the best
Saskia
leader I
because
know, but she can't hope
she
to
has
defeat
the
Henselt with this
authority.
rabble.
What do you intend to do?
I'll get reinforcements. The Scoia'tael are more numerous than you think. Time to summon them. I'll leave shortly.
You
Okay.
won't get through the fog.
I don't intend to. Mountains may stop human armies, but not the Scoia'tael. I'm going south.
Will you be back in time?
We hope so.
I have to. Vafail, Gwynblade. Don't lose hope.
And that means the elves are leaving us. Oh. Not this one. Stannis' sword, I want this. These guys are moving. We have the royal blood. That's locked. And we have to... Now, let's see. First of all... You don't seem to speak that much. What's here? I don't remember. Was I here? Oh, that's the big room. By the way, nothing here. How I love this. What we should do now? Seems we have to go to Philippa. These nobles, they don't really move well. Yeah. So, first of all, let's see
Tents, thick as corn stalks.
Stannis' sword. 22 to 28. This is a silver sword and it has bleeding. But the one that I'm using, Dunbanner sword, is much better. Elven gauntlets, +2 armor. But you know, +1 additional ingredients sounds very nice. Oh, but this one goes with Geralt's maximum load +5. Okay, let's change those. But I will keep those, of course. Harpy trap, I have 2 of these. We need more.
Henselt must be mighty cross.
Good.
Just our luck.
I tell you, I could barely stand on my
And
legs.
now we
If the gods
we
truly
go
favour
to
Lady Saskia.
Philippa. I have to give her the blood of the prince. That's one thing. Plus, of course, there is the... Where is Triss? Quest.